How you doing? All right. Getting ready for my homegirl. Haven't seen her in a long time. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday, right? I don't know. I quite don't know what day it is. But I'm sure it's Saturday. So, happy Saturday, right? Okay. Okay. Let me see here if she's joined yet. Just a little excited because it's been a while since we seen each other, and I think it was my first actual season of SNL that she came on. So I think that was the last time we actually really kicked it. Just anyway, you guys see my new painting up here? Frank Morrison. Man, I still can't believe how beautiful it is, man. It's just so beautiful. Okay, just wait. So what y'all been up to today? Let's see the comments. Hello, South America. Oh, wait a minute. I do not know how to work this phone. You guys with the hello from Germany. Decided to put earrings on today, y'all. Like my homeboy say, well, shit. There she is. No, that's not her. That's a fan of hers. Can they do that? Like make pages? I didn't know that they can do that. So let me see. Is there any questions today? Hey, I'm always early. Okay, I don't know how to do pause. Okay. Who do I want to win the drag race? Well, I wanted Heidi. We'll talk more about it because Cameron wants to talk about it too. Because I don't know if she's as upset as me, but I'm upset. Oh, there she is. I always look past. I always look at the wrong list. She probably like, what the hell, bitch?
Girl, I'm the worst. I swear to God, I suck. I'm like, where's the request button?
Yo, I'm like looking at the list, and I'm like, okay, I'm probably only supposed to look at the top 5, and I was like, where's she at? And
I know.
I was like, oh, there she go. There she go right there. What's up, beautiful?
I'm
How
fine.
are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Oh my God. Like,
I'm so
not
happy
even
to see
changed.
your face.
Man, you too.
What is your life like? Where are you? New York? Are you like
Yes,
held up in your apartment?
Yes, I'm in New York. I've been quarantined. My life is quarantined. You know how that is.
I know.
You know how we live. But
Yep.
I've been quarantined because I had a surgery, and then
Oh no.
I was already, in the house, and then this happened. So I was like,
Are you okay? Like, but you're
yeah, every
healthy?
yes,
Okay.
yes, like
Good.
really, really, really healthy and really happy,
Oh,
and you just can't even understand that people don't understand how important health is,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what happiness is actually is being healthy,
Yeah.
mentally and physically.
Yeah.
Physically, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Oh my
Yeah.
God, you look
And
so
taking
beautiful.
and thank you. I put a little lip color on. But
I
it's
see.
also taking the space to like care for yourself too,
Oh
right?
my
Like
God.
you have to you can't, nobody's gonna fix you if you're broken. It's only you.
And you know what's so weird is that I've always been on the hustle. I've always been in this game and doing the hustle, and the doctor was like, "Yo, you should have had this done in your 20s," and I was like, "Dude, it wouldn't have been no way." Because like
Yeah.
it'd have been like I have to take a month off for recovery, and I had
Well,
to do
who's taking
gigs.
care of themselves in their 20s?
It's
Who?
no,
Tell me.
no fucking body. And I didn't even know it was a problem until she said it was a problem. I was like, fuck, well, I've been dealing with it. And then when it got fixed, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that I've been living
This way the whole time.
with this way the whole time and didn't know that,
You know what's incredible? It works for us and against us as humans is that we're highly adaptable. Is it weird? Do I sound like messed up?
You probably blocking your
Maybe. Is that better? Yeah, that's
yes.
better. Okay. Humans are like highly adaptable. Like we can actually take a lot of pain and
Right.
like just adapt. Like we live with discomfort. We live with pain. We live with like these things that, and that's great in some circumstances, but then in other circumstances, like you living with something that's like so, the discomfort of it for so long and not even knowing until it's gone how like much you were suffering, you just like go like, why
Right.
did I do that this whole
What
time? Like,
is
why
I
did I
mean,
do that?
and it's like it's so weird because what made me actually go ahead and do the surgery, because I was like, oh no, I can handle this, and she was like, can you? She was like, at 75, are you going to be doing the
Right.
same thing at 75? And I was like, nah, y'all, that's
Yeah.
like it really fucked me up, like, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, getting through the surgery and surviving it, like I'm just like a whole new like being.
You know what?
It's
Actually,
just
I don't know what it was, and you don't have to share. I'm not going to ask you. It's like that's your.
Oh, I'll text it to you
Okay,
because it's
good.
gonna be all in the next special. Trust.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm sure it is. But like the amazing thing is like just because I've been seeing your face like this for a while, like you look
Right.
lighter. You look relaxed. You look like
Well, I lost like 20 something pounds because
wow.
the anesthesia does sometimes they have different effects on people. So when I
Yeah.
came out, I didn't want sugar. Like for a whole month,
Wow.
no sugar. Like I couldn't stand it. It was just too sweet.
Yeah.
I'm back to it, of course, but I lost like 20 something pounds.
Wow. Isn't that amazing? Sugar, what it does, it's just like an inflammatory. It just
It's
fucks you.
like cocaine, man. It's like cocaine.
I don't eat sugar. It's not my thing. But like every once in a while, a Krispy Kreme donut finds its
Oh,
way to my mouth, and it's over. Like
chocolate.
I'm like 17 of them later. I'm like passed out.
Because
It's
they
just like
evaporate when they get in
being,
your mouth.
yeah,
They
they do.
evaporate.
Yeah, they're not
It's so
happy.
buttery. It just
Oh,
melts in your mouth. So you have to eat at
oh,
least 20 of them, you know?
absolutely. No, to
Uh,
satiate the like to feel that you've like consumed enough.
yes, exactly. Exactly. So, well, how you holding up? What's going on
I'm
with you?
great. You know what, Leslie? I mean, I feel for everybody who is suffering, but with all of this, I mean, there's no, as much as this is an equalizer for all of us to feel completely powerless, no matter who you are, you feel
Hmm.
powerless. There is still, it's not equal across the board for everybody at how they
It's
can
not.
really
Yeah.
deal with the situation, and I feel really fortunate that, I have a really great support team. My husband, our family is close, and we get to support one another.
Hmm.
And you know, that's like a real, I have a community that I live in that we, you know, we can be safe with social distancing, but if we need something there,
Right.
people can, you know, we can share. But it's very, you know, it's heartbreaking. But at the same time, the values that I feel like are being gained from like having this closeness, you know, I'm learning like how important it is to connect with and be able to have this like really intense time with my family, with my baby, with my husband. But then like I don't get to see my mom, which kills me because I've seen my mom for months. So it's like I get those two things where it's like the value of like being able to see be intensely with a lot of your loved ones, and also not be able to see the people that you love, like my sister, my nieces and nephew, my mom, like not being able to, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to, like that's the hard part, that's the hard part, you know. But other than that, like I'm just really focusing here and now what I can do to just keep building, you know, everything around me as strong as possible. And nobody fucking knows what's going to happen. We don't know. We have no idea. So
This
like,
is
what
this
can
is
I do?
the first time. Yeah. Yeah.
You
I was
know?
thinking about that too. I was thinking about that last night. I was like, how blessed am I to be able to be in quarantine and
Yeah.
not be scared about bills being paid, and
Yep.
you know, that's like a true blessing. Like, you know,
Yep.
back in the day, man, I mean, if back, you know, my regular
Yeah.
comedian comrades, like, you know, that's suffering, you know, like
Yeah.
there's no clubs, there's no
Yeah.
gigs, and this is like, that's
My
like murder to it.
So I'm going to talk to you about this like really quick, and it's actually really great for the community at large, whoever's listening. My husband started a streaming platform called Veeps, Veeps, Veeps.
Oh yeah?
And basically, if you're an artist, anybody who's used to being paid for being in a room and providing some kind of like presentation or performance or lesson, you can go on, and it's a live streaming app that you can charge however much you want.
No
People
shit.
can pay. You can set it however you want. You can give the money away. You can keep the money. They just take a ticketing fee basically, and you can reach all the people who want to reach you, but you can't get to. So if you wanted to do like a Saturday night performance on, you know, where you just want to tell some jokes for 20 minutes or a half an hour, you can like take people $5 or $20 or
Really?
$100, whatever you want. It's up to you.
That's
But it's a
dope.
live stream where it's not interactive like this or Zoom, but you can actually ticket for Zoom if you wanted to do like one-on-ones with people. You can ticket on their platform and then do the Zooms. But you can,
What is it called again?
it's called Veeps, Veeps, Veeps.
Make sure you send it to me so
I
I can
will.
put it up on
Yeah.
my page
V
too.
as in victory, E as in elephant, E as in elephant, P as in people, S as in shit.
Okay.
Motherfucking shit.
Okay.
not shit. I'm
Motherfucking.
sorry. I'll take that back. But anyhow, so yeah, that's amazing. He's finding it's amazing for like a lot of young artists, a lot of artists, big artists, little artists who just want to connect with their community. They can't get into the clubs. You know, all these tours have been canceled for all these
Damn.
performers. You know,
Yeah,
and they can't.
yeah,
You know, and
it's
it's for
shut us
anybody.
down. It's
Anybody
shut
can do it.
everything down.
Well, this is a great opportunity to like create your own like venue and still make a living.
Man, that's bomb. Make sure I'm gonna put it up on my page. You guys,
cool.
y'all heard of Veeps?
Yeah.
Veeps, like the show Veeps, right?
Yeah, with an
S.
with an S. Yeah. Veeps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. So
God.
let's talk about our drag race, girl. Whew.
I had to calm down. I had
Me
to calm
too.
down because I literally was in my feelings last night.
Me too.
Now,
I
understand that she didn't do good on the comedy thing. I understood that part.
I know.
But like, I don't know. I just feel like other factors could have been included. I don't feel like it should have been Jada and Heidi. What do you think?
Who did you think it should be? Who did you think
I don't know. I thought it should have been Sherry Pie or Gigi. Because I feel like they need to be thrown into that mix and shown that.
Well, Sherry Pie, I feel like that was crazy how long she was stayed on. She should
Oh
just have
my
been
God.
like disqualified for that. Like that
And,
was not okay.
and be nice,
Like
like really just say, oh, I didn't know that you knew.
you
You
knew, and
knew.
it happened to come before Jada. So
Yeah.
like, you go like this. You go like Sherry Pie is, when you look at the values of what everybody's doing, right?
Right.
Like Sherry Pie does the same. She's been safe all the time. She
All the
just keeps
time.
getting pushed to the back. You're safe, you're safe, you're safe, because what she does, she's good at, and she only does what she does.
Right.
And they haven't oddly been pushing her the way that they do other queens on other
Well,
times where
that's
they're like,
because I think they've cut a lot of stuff too, because she got disqualified.
I know, because she's a predator,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
that's what I heard.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, damn, like it couldn't be something where they like bring Heidi back as like in the finale or something, or
I know. And Heidi, like, she captured my heart.
oh,
She's so, I
because she's
remember
so
from the
funny.
first day, she's so funny. She's so pure. She's so okay, so can we just talk about, for me, what I want to know for you, what drag means? But I
Okay.
just like, I, you know, I feel like for me, what really speaks to me in drag is the humanity and
Mm-hmm.
like what I'm witnessing through the journey of these people who are the most marginalized community,
Mm-hmm.
who I just feel like, through all the odds, like people, they get disowned by their families, they get beat up, they get threatened, they
Yeah.
get the life beat out of them, but somehow they persevere for this, because they need to express who they are. They're so devoted to who they are and what their essence are, and like
Mm-hmm.
put their art form into the world, that they are willing to take anything and lose anything to do it.
Right.
And every time I get to go on that journey, that's what I love about Drag Race. Every time I go on that journey with a group of queens and I get to learn some, like, what each one of them is about, where they came from, what their struggles have been, what their dynamics
Mm-hmm.
are with their families, what
And they
they've
still do it.
suffered, and they still are there. Like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
always like amazed when a queen is on there and be like, my family doesn't know I'm here. I'm like,
Yeah. Oh, I'm
I'm
always
like, I
like,
get chills every
your
time. I'm
mom
like,
doesn't
what?
know. I mean, like, how does
you
that?
know and then they're going to reveal this huge part of themselves on, to the world and to their family, and they're not even going to be like, what's the repercussions, we don't know,
Right.
but
Right.
every single one of them, like, always says how much they've changed, like how much they've grown, how much they've learned, how it's changed their life, how it's like. And have so much admiration for each and every one of the queens that come on, and how they persevere, and what they do, and how they keep pushing themselves in their
Right.
development, people, through the shows, through their art form. They take so many risks. They're so terrified at these moments, but they push through. And as a performer,
Yeah.
especially a live performer that goes out into the world live on, the way
Yeah.
that you did on SNL for so many years, or on at an audience in front
Stage.
of you,
Yeah.
you know how terrifying it is to just like reveal all of that and put it
Yeah.
all out there and take that chance that people are gonna like not love, like,
Reject you. Yeah.
the rejection, and
Yeah.
they just do it, and they're so beautiful, and they're so talented, and the art that they create is just so incredible. I have to say, drag saved my life. I was
Mm.
literally, I've only been watching it since last November, and I've consumed everything that I can of drag, anything
Really.
drag. Yeah, because I didn't know it, but I watched my first drag race on an airplane coming home from Florida,
Mm-hmm.
on, like, the things on the airplanes. And I was like, oh my God. And it was at a time where felt so bad about, like, the world. Everybody was at each other.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much discourse. And, people, I just thought, what are we going to do? How are we going to survive this? And then I saw these people, like, persevering through the toughest times, and like this, this rejection. I just thought, wow, if that group of people who are the most marginalized can, thrive,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to be okay. Like, it can be done. That's the human spirit, that we can, like, really push through it. And it gave me hope. And I watched every single drag race. That's all I did for like a month and a half before my daughter was born, because it was the thing that kept me anchored. I couldn't watch news. I couldn't do anything, because I
Yeah.
just needed to see these stories of you know, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think you froze.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Oh, there we are. Okay. It
Okay.
just made me feel like everything was going to be okay. And that's
Yeah,
my
I
thoughts
think
about drag.
I, it's like, oh, all the drag
That's my
queens are now going, oh my God, Cameron, we love you. I think the first time I ever was introduced as drag, I had to go do a gig that was around the corner from my house. I lived in North Hollywood, and this drag queen saw me somewhere, and she was like, "Yo, I'd like to book you for this show. You know, we have on Saturday night, and it's in North Hollywood." And I was like, "North Hollywood?" I was like, and I could walk to the gig. And, you know, I didn't.
Amazing.
I should have, but I didn't. You know, but I was like, it's right around the corner, and it's like $200. Yes, man. I walked into this bar, and it was like, you know, I knew of men who dressed like women, but I don't think I really understood the term drag queen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I came in, I was just like, all these I was like, oh, what is happening? This is crazy. And I'm like standing at the bar, and this guy is like in this jean skirt with this Tina Turner wig on. And all I could think was, how fucking brave, motherfucker. Yeah. You are fucking brave. I thought it was just so dope. And I just remember the first joke that I told was like, I know I'm going to be famous, but when I become famous, which one of you motherfuckers is going to be me? Because we got to get straight right now. If you're going to have my voice down, if you're going to have now Drag Race, I had heard of Drag Race, but I had never watched it because I didn't know what the format was. I just really didn't know what Drag Race was. And I accidentally caught it, I think on an off week. And I was like, what the how did no one tell me about this shit? And I was, like you, stuck in the house watching every fucking season.
Everything.
And made it my mission to meet every one of them queens, like Alyssa Edwards and
I love
Bianca.
Alyssa.
I spent the New Year's with Bianca Del Rio.
You did? I love Bianca Del Rio.
She is a motherfucking riot.
She's so funny. She
is
hilarious.
Fucking riot. That bitch is. She's a fucking riot. But like Heidi going home last night, like I was just like, I don't know. This season, to me, I feel like there have been some really good queens, really talented queens, but they've been real mean.
You think so?
Yeah, like it's been the cattiness on this season has been real high. Like it's just like real high school kind of. Like I don't like the way Jackie changes up sometimes. Jackie does this thing where she's like she goes into defense, so she does this like, well, yeah, I didn't throw you under the bus, girl. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like she just like Jada was like, you're trying to make it a thing. And we did already call the receipts and shit. I mean, her and Sherry sometimes they just annoy me.
Yeah,
but
I tune Sherry out because I just don't like I'm not. But I think Jackie's a really talented queen. I haven't picked up on that, but maybe
her show was so fucking good. I loved her fucking showcase.
Yeah,
I loved it, and I was like, Jackie, you getting on my good side, but then she'll turn to do that little shade shit, and I was like, okay, is that for the show? Did y'all edit it that way?
I was just gonna say the thing that I do like about the show, the Drag Race itself, is that they usually keep like the cattiness out of it. Right. That's kind of like the Untucked. You get to see that in Untucked.
And that's what I'm talking about is Untucked. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I haven't watched the Untucked for this season. Is there an Untucked for this season?
Yeah, it comes on right. Well, they did that celebrity shit.
Yeah, the celebrity drag.
It's right after it.
Okay,
it's right after.
My world's changed a little bit.
Yeah, so it's long. It's like 4 or 5 hours of drag.
Yeah, I have to, I like to go ahead and wait till I can like get it and just binge watch it. I don't like to, the season of Drag Race I need to keep up with, but like the other stuff, I just keep it for when I can
Sit
watch it
and watch it.
anytime.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need
because the Untucked,
a little,
you can still watch the Untucked and get into it.
exactly.
Because,
Um, but last night, okay, I just want to say this one thing because I was like, Rue's wig last night. Did you see that wig?
it
Like,
looked like an ice cream cone.
I was like, it is so
In
very
the dress, that the way the cut went up in the dress, but Jada's outfit.
Jada's
Jada's
outfit
outfit
and the
was, when she started doing 1999, I was like,
when
oh,
she pulled off.
oh my God. I was like, the outfit, the whole purple outfit to me
And the hair
was just
like
so Prince. I was like, oh, Jada's gonna get, she's gonna,
Jada.
and she's one of my favorite. Oh my God, I love Jada.
Me
Jada's
too.
one of my favorite. One
Me
of my
too.
favorites.
Me
So
too.
who do you think is gonna win?
It's so hard. I think Jada's gonna win because
You
she has
think
been.
Jada's gonna win?
She's
You don't
won
think
like
Gigi?
four.
You don't think Gigi's gonna win?
Gigi's close, but Jada's won like four of the challenges, like the major
Yeah.
how come I can't think of
The main challenge, yeah,
the main challenge, yeah.
yeah.
I think she's like 1-4. Gigi might. I think Jada is they both have their strengths and weaknesses, but I think Jada has just been killing it. She just like
Yeah.
she sees it and she goes in and she's like, she missed that she missed last night, but she did, as you know, as a live performer, she did catch herself like
She was so
by
funny, man.
just
She's
being
funny.
like, but I love Crystal Method.
Oh my God.
I
I think the final three is gonna be Crystal Method, Gigi, and
and
Jada.
Jada. Me too.
I honestly do. Crystal Method grew like so. Do you remember how shy
Yeah.
and introvert she was when she first got there?
Yeah.
Now she's just like up there, just like doing her thing, being happy.
So effervescent. Like her energy is so buoyant, She even when she's like afraid of something, she's up here, and when she's being vulnerable, she's not like she doesn't go down.
Right.
Like, I'm scared.
Right.
I'm gonna do it. Like she has that buoyancy, and I think that she just like, I think she's really special too. Just her drag, what she does, how she she hasn't compromised once.
Right. Right.
And she's grown.
Yeah.
She's grown.
Learn how to use her drag.
Yeah.
And still stay herself, like, and still strengthen her drag. I really, I think those are going to be the final three.
I think
because
so.
I think, I think
Gigi,
Jackie's.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think Jackie's good, but I think her, Sherry Pie, and them is going to start getting cut.
Yeah,
Sherry Pie is a one note. She just old, old characters.
And I'm really actually surprised that they haven't pushed her more. And like you said, they probably cut a lot out because they probably don't want to get involved with her story, which I appreciate, because I trust their judgment. But I feel like you watch, and I think Jackie's really good, but Jackie's been in the bottom a couple of times. Gigi, I think, is so incredible.
She's just so model-esque. Yeah.
Like we haven't seen a queen like her before.
Right.
You know what I mean? On this show. She's like perfection. She doesn't like every little tiny.
I don't know. I mean, she's like, I think Brooklyn Heights to me was like that bitch.
Yeah, but I don't know. There's just
but Gigi has something different about Gigi, though, right?
Well, I think it's an interesting thing with the generations of queens, right? Gigi's like the youngest, right? So she had all of this support from her mother. She's been kind of like, I wouldn't say like she's been groomed for this in some ways,
right?
You know what I mean? Like not.
Yep, I agree.
Heidi was not groomed. Heidi has been fucking hacking this shit out for herself, like. Finding the pieces and the bits, like looking through, like, is it in there? Oh, okay, I'll try that, Yeah. I mean, look at how her makeup changed from the first day, like the first to the end. Like she's had to build the whole thing herself with like zero resources, You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I
I agree.
really, really like admire that, because she's just like, I'm gonna get this done. I'm doing it because it's me. And I think Gigi
Right.
is being totally true to who she is. I think Gigi is like completely that person, that queen.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I think the difference is that the resources and the support is a little bit different. And I think
I
that
think
that's
so
like a
too.
generational thing too, with, the older queens, the queens that are come before these girls, their parents weren't open minded. Not that all, like, you look at Jackie, her parents are not open minded, but
Right.
like as much, but they're not, it's not like the support that a lot more of the queens, the younger queens, are getting from their families is different than the ones who had to, like, were in the clubs,
Right.
10, 15, 20 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Their stories are all very incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That it always teaches me that everybody has a story, too.
1,000%.
Everybody has one.
Yeah.
You know, and we need to respect each other's experience,
Mm-hmm.
and where we got our strength from, our foundation,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what makes us all different and wonderful. And that's why I don't know.
Well, I mean, we all forget it's easy to judge other people, and like look at the surface of things. But like you said, it's the story, it's the deeper part of our, the layers of who we are, and I think that
Yeah.
that's one of the things that is so incredible to watch, um, you know, happen on this show, is that the layers really get peeled back with the challenges of having to step up and step through to your higher self. And as a performer, because that's really what these women, what these girls do, what these queens do in their performances, they're just constantly, and Rue's so amazing at pushing them in towards this,
Mm-hmm.
closer and closer to themselves with each challenge. And Rue doesn't allow them to not be authentic.
Right.
They call her out, they call them out, they're like, that's not you, you missed, you have to go
Right.
deeper, you have to go harder. And to put yourself in that position to, like, and I'm not like, I don't watch any other reality shows, like I'm
Yeah.
not like, I never watched like American Idol, which I'm sure is kind of like the same thing when you get pushed. But I think that with this, because it's there's so many layers to this. It's not just like, I have a voice and I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
sing. It's like, I always tell people, like, they have a week to learn a line or write a song, record it, learn choreography, build five, 5 costumes, and like
Yeah, but
put the
that's
show together in 5 days. That's like
but but
crazy.
there but this is what's so that people need to really understand, that a lot of these queens are still very talented because they can do that. They can flow.
Incredible.
Like, I keep thinking about Jinx Monsoon.
Oh,
When
I
she
love
played
Jinx.
that character during Snatch Game,
Oh
I
my
was
God,
like,
Edie.
you
Yeah,
she's you have to be smart.
you
You have
have
to be
to.
smart, and you have to also have confidence to know that you can pull that shit off. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like who would you be for Snatch Game?
Me? Oh my
Yeah.
God, I
If
don't
you had to
know.
be in drag, if
I'd
you
be
was in
so
drag,
terrified. I don't
you
know.
you don't you don't know who you would be, who you could
I
pull off.
I I'm literally like, I would be so terrified to play a character on Snatch Game, like, because you have to be on your feet, like you have to be that, it takes you have to think as another person.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
And
I
it's
think I would lose because I would do old people. I would be like Pearl Bailey, Nina Simone. I
yeah,
mean,
but
I probably do Samuel L. Jackson. Like,
oh my God. I know. Last night when I was watching the 1999, like the lip syncing for their life, when Jada and Heidi were lip syncing, I was like, this would have to be my song if I had I could kill this if I was lip syncing
Oh,
for my life.
I
I was
know you
like,
have to give me some Donna Summer or some Diana Ross or something like. Oh my God.
I was like, this, please make this my song if I had to lip sync for my
Oh
life.
my! You got to
There's
go on
with
there and
Donna.
judge. You got to be a judge on there. Have you ever
Oh,
tried to?
I am begging to be a judge on there. Okay, so one night I went to Mickey's in West Hollywood with my friend Benj, and I went with our friends Orville and Carlos, and we went and met Detox because they were friends with Detox.
Okay.
And Raven was there. And
Oh,
I was like so excited. I mean, I was excited to
I
meet
love
Detox
Detox
too.
too.
I
Yeah.
love Detox. So good. And I love Raven. And then I was like, oh my God, there's Raven. And she came over and we were talking. And I was like, she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm obsessed with Drag Race. She's like, I'm calling in the morning. I was like, I have to be a guest host. Like, I
Right.
have to, like,
Right.
or
It's
guest
so fun.
judge. And she,
It's so fun.
yeah. So I'm hoping next season, if there's a season where people can get together and do it, I'm
Yeah, I know, huh?
desperate to do it, you know, because I mean, I don't think I'd be really very good at it because
No,
I'm such
you'd
a
be surprised. You'd
I
be
love to
surprised.
watch it, but I don't know if I could interact. I'm not like, you know,
You'd be
but
surprised. They're so good,
yeah.
Ross and
Oh
Michelle
my
and
God, Ross is so
RuPaul.
funny.
They're so quick and they're
Yeah.
so good and they do it so much. They know how to interlock you into it. Because I
Right.
was nervous too, and I'm a comedian. I was like, I don't
Right.
want to overstep them. I want to be able to say the right thing. I don't want to say
Right.
something inappropriate.
You were
But
great.
it's like so amazing to see in person. It's a fucking
I think I would
amazing.
cry. I think I would literally, I think I would
Oh, there was a couple of times like when she came out, when she first came out with the like cover girl, I was like,
yeah.
my heart was beating so fast. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, she's doing this in front of me. Ah! Like it was very surreal. It was very surreal, very surreal. And Michelle's hair, like you want to eat her hair. It's so beautiful.
Is it real or is it a wig?
I think I'm sure it's a wig, but it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
the most beautiful wig I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my gosh.
It's so fun. And
Oh,
Ross is hilarious.
oh my God, Ross is amazing. Also, by the way, I remember Ross when he was like the page on the wasn't it Letterman? Wasn't he like Letterman's page?
Oh my God, I think so.
Right?
How funny.
And he
And
was
I didn't
so
remember that.
was that?
I was trying to remember that.
Yeah, remember, I think it was Letterman. Remember, he used to go outside. He would like be in the audience, like he would like pretend like to be seating people, or maybe that's where he started. I don't know. And then he would send them out downstairs to like go to the bagel shop or whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember the actual specifics of it. But then he would go and do like a little skit down at the bodega or something. And I used to think he was so funny. And Ross the Page or something. I have to look it up.
Oh wow.
But and then now he's like, I love that he's
Running.
there, you know?
That's love. Yeah, man. That's how it happens, man. You
Yeah.
gotta believe in yourself,
Leno.
man.
They said Leno. I just saw somebody say Leno. Thank you for that. I didn't see who said it. Who said it?
Leno. It was Leno. Oh, it was
Yeah.
Leno, not Damon.
Jennifer Hammond said Leno. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate it. Yeah, he was so good.
Do you want to answer questions?
Sure.
Let me see if any. I just learned how to do all of this stuff.
Oh, good. Rock intern on the Tonight Show. There you go. The intern, not the page. Thank you.
Let me see. When will we see a superhero movie next? I don't know. I guess when they show one. Oh, we just talked about that. Would you do celebrity? Oh, would you do Celebrity Drag Race?
Okay, so my thing is that I'm not so into women doing drag unless it's like
I
male
feel
drag.
like it makes them look old.
Also, but what's the point? Like, I mean, I get it. You're like trying to step out of your comfort zone and be a performer, but like making a woman look more like a woman isn't the thing. Like the illusion of a man becoming a woman, that illusion is what the art form is for me. You know?
Well, see, I always thought that if you're doing drag, okay, so the man would turn into the woman. I thought a woman would turn into a man. I mean, that would be drag
cool,
right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's why. Because when I wanted to go on the RuPaul, I told RuPaul, I was like, I want to dress like you are when you're not in drag.
Right.
But it would have been, it was so impossible to pull off because it was just like not enough time and shit. But
Right.
I was like, that's the drag I want to do. I want
Me
to.
too.
I used to tell them at SNL all the time. I was like, I want to play a dude. Like I want to play a guy, you know,
And pull it off.
and pull it off.
You know? Yeah, that's the thing that you know who I'm trying to remember which queen it was. She was so cute. She was so beautiful. What season was it? She was Latinx. Um she was so like she was so soft. She kind of almost looked like a young Linda Evangelista. And she
Was she short?
maybe she was a young queen. She had that really short hair, and she had just started doing it, and she was from LA. God dang it, how come I can't remember so many details about her, but I'm having a hard time with her name. Does anybody know who I'm talking about?
Oh, that's sounds.
um,
You don't remember what season? Do you know who she was on
I
with?
mean, look, at all the seasons came so like at the same time for me, so it's like because I watched them all at the same time.
Um,
Okay,
do
but
you
anyhow,
remember who she
let's
went up
be,
against?
who did she go up against? Look at
It's
I'm
not Valentina, is it?
Valentina. Yes, Valentina. You know
It's
how like
Valentina.
yeah, Valentina.
I
You know,
got my opinions about Valentina. Valentina, when she wouldn't pull that mask off, I was done.
well,
I
she
don't know. I
but
was like,
that was the thing about I think she had just started drag.
right,
She was like 5 months in or something to drag or 8 months into drag, and like I think that's just like how you see she didn't know the words, she didn't
right.
prepare, and that's like that the queens that have been doing it for a long time know, like, you learn the fucking words to the song. You know what I mean? If you don't, if you don't know it, you know it. You know what I
Especially
mean?
if you're going to go on there.
Yeah,
Especially if you're going to
absolutely.
go on there. She depends too much on her beauty.
Exactly. Exactly. But I just loved her, like her softness, you know what I mean? Like her, like
Yeah.
ability. She was like, I think my point was like, she, I don't know what my point was. I was going to make it so long ago.
Why are you pixelating? Your frame is pixelating.
Is it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Am I moving around too much? Maybe.
I don't know.
Is it bad still, or did it come back?
It's just pixelated.
I have to say that they're still.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Did you like Aiden?
What's that?
Did you like Aiden?
Aiden.
It's
What's he?
better now.
Oh, Aiden Zane.
Yeah.
I did like Aiden. I felt for Aiden because I feel like Aiden was like this little island, like where Aiden came from. She was like, she just existed in her own little world, and she didn't have the experience of other queens and a community.
But still, and so did Heidi. Heidi came from Ramsur,
That's true.
and Heidi was ready. It was
Yeah,
about just being ready and open and blocking all the other shit out.
I agree. Aiden didn't take advantage of the opportunity. I felt a lot of the her pain, that her distrust, and like feeling like she was by herself. And I really wished for her that she had taken the opportunity to like dive into the community and and not be so defensive. You
Right,
know, she
right.
was
But then she
very
had
defensive.
Britta, like she had Britta on her ass, every week. So
I
it was like
know.
it was kind of hard.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And Britta, Britta is so talented. She's been doing it for a long time, and she has her thing as well. But I feel like when you look at, like, when you stack all this, all of the things that it takes to keep going in this competition, like all the like the one of the biggest things is just not getting in your own way.
Because
And
you're the biggest enemy. That's
yep,
what happened with Widow.
yeah,
Widow literally got in her own way. I
yeah.
was like, no one defeated Widow but Widow that
I,
week.
I agree. I agree a
Because
thousand
when
percent.
once you get in that spiral, If you
Yep.
can't, and you're the only person that can break the spiral. You're
Yep.
the only person.
And I feel, I actually, I felt that that was the same thing
Eight.
for Aiden, for Widow, from, yeah, Britta. I feel like all of those, that's the thing that I feel like always gets, that's the elimination process.
Right.
Who's the person who can't get out of their own way?
Right.
And that can, they can be in it. And that's the thing about being human, right? Like you're in it, you're in it, you're in it, you're in it, you're doing good, you're doing good, you're doing good. And then you just trip and you're like, today's a bad day. I can't get up out of this. But like, you have to do it. That's life every day. Like, it is so uncomfortable being a human being every single of the day, part of the day. Like we live with discomfort in so many ways. Like, as soon as we accept that life is just painful and scary and uncomfortable, and just accept it and go like, okay, you know what? It's just there. It's happening.
I keep telling everybody, humility for life. No one has humility for life.
Yeah.
It doesn't always go like you want it. It just doesn't always do that. That's what life is. But everything is supposed to be a lesson. Yep. And it's not supposed to be a death sentence, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying?
It's supposed to take you under.
Yeah. It's like, man, I had to go, and you have to build that. And I always tell people that are going, that don't have that, or haven't got to that place. It's like, yo, slow down. You are not dead yet. No. You're not where you are, or where you used to be, but you stay in the present. Try to stay in the present. It's not easy.
It's not. And it's always, I'm always so impressed with, Widow knew it was her who took herself out of the competition.
She did. And then when she went so negative, she's like, no, I'm just not funny. I was like, come on, girl. Yeah. I was just like yelling at the TV, like, come on. Are you kidding me?
What's your setup for when you watch? Like, where's your world? Like, are you sitting on the couch? Like,
yeah.
You're like,
most of the time I'm on the couch. Sometimes if I don't watch it that day, I'll watch it in my bed. On Saturday, I might watch it. I didn't used to have to live tweet all the time, but people expect it. So sometimes I'll take a week off.
Do you live tweet each show?
Yes. With each episode.
We should do it 1 week.
What, like just watch it live?
Yeah, together.
I tried to watch it live. It wasn't that. It was. Well, we could do it. Probably be.
I mean, how do you usually do it?
I just I just record little videos and then post them with my commentary on it.
I see.
Like I commentary. I mean, I do commentary through the scene.
I should just check it out on your. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, but now it's so long. It takes me, and then everybody's like, "Oh, we should watch together." And I'm like, "Y'all don't understand that it takes me at least 2 hours to watch it, and if it's an hour and a half, it's gonna take me 3 hours." Yeah. And then we got unsubbed.
I feel you.
Lord have mercy. It done became a real job. It done became a job. And then you have people that be like, "You need to get a tripod. Your hand is shit." Well, bitch, listen. You are a guest in my house.
Exactly. No demand, motherfuckers.
Oh my God. I am just so happy. I'm so happy that you and Benji still together. That is my happiest thing. When y'all left there. Yeah, when y'all left there, I was like, oh God.
I know. We were like, because nobody knew that we were engaged.
Right.
When I was doing that show, and remember at the after party, we were like, we have a secret to tell you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We're like, we're engaged.
I remember that. I was like, oh man, yeah, because I was like, man, please, I wanted to work, because then I have something to hope for. I have a good example to hope for.
I'm not gonna say it's not a lot of work.
Of course it is. It's a relationship.
Yeah, but it's so gratifying, because I just like having a partner that's willing to work as hard as you are, and you see, now we've been together for 6 years.
I know.
And so like, it's, over that time when I look back at our like first couple of years and how hard it was, and now where we're at, like, I'm just so grateful that we pushed through. And it's like Drag Race.
Yeah.
We persevered because we wouldn't give up when we kept trying, we got over our hurdles and we pushed to be better and to, create something that we could feel like, we were proud of,
Damn, and that's not easy.
No, it's not.
Uh,
But if there's two people, it takes both of you.
yeah.
Yeah. You can't, not one person could do it on their own,
Uh,
both people have to give 100% all of the time. All of the time. 100%.
yeah, there's no more
Yeah.
men left, Cameron.
What's
There's no more.
I know. I feel like I got the last one.
Jeez. Just like we out here straggling.
Yeah, I have total faith in you, Leslie. I have total faith in your karma.
I done got too old now. I'm too
no,
old.
you're never.
Girl,
No,
I am 52 now, and it's like,
what?
ain't nobody gonna date
But
no 52-year-old woman.
The right person's gonna date a 52-year-old, for sure. Absolutely. Like, who gives it? Like, these guys who want like these younger girls, you don't want them. You know why? Guys who want younger girls are like, they're developmentally, they're not advanced. They don't want the challenge of a woman who like knows who she is, or who wants, that expects them to show up. They want somebody who doesn't know yet that they have the right to have them show up for them a certain way. That when you're going for a younger woman who doesn't have the experience and knows herself or knows what she wants, or they have the opportunity to like not develop themselves, it's like a regression emotionally, that they and they want to stay in this place where they they don't have to do the work. And you don't want that guy.
Right.
You don't want that guy. You want the guy who's like, yes, I want the woman who knows who she is, and that's the thing that we, we want them to be, to stand up and be accountable,
Yeah.
for their own actions and their responsibility to the relationship and the partnership.
Yeah, I mean, but just even you saying that, I'm like, I don't know if I could do that.
You're like, I don't want to do that. Then look
It's
for
like, wait a
man.
minute, that sounds like a lot of fucking responsibility, man.
Girl, it is so much responsibility. Look, you have to have your autonomy. You have to be your separate people, but like the partnership has to be the thing that you both like are committed to. Like, that partnership has to be the most important thing that you both commit to, like, as individuals.
Right. Right.
Like, you have to take care of yourself and like be, true to yourself, but you have to like show up equally to the relationship. Like, you can't show up and be giving 100% and they come up and being giving 98%, because you'll be like, you're missing 2%. Like, that 2% counts. Like, I need you here 100%. But if you're both showing up and giving 80%, that's a whole other relationship. That's not a marriage. Like, marriage is a different thing. Like, marriage is like 100% all the time.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea either.
Yeah, I don't know about that 100%, man. Maybe like 65.5. I don't fucking know, man. I need at least 40% for me, just myself.
No, you give yourself 100% of you for that. But like, compromise is a funny thing.
Right.
It's not, compromise is not compromising yourself. Compromising is compromising. Like, you go like, this is like, it's always that thing. Like, how we always do this thing. It's like, how important is it to me? Is it on a scale to 1 to 10? For me, is it a 2, a 5, a 7, or a 10? Like, if it's a 6 for me and it's a 9 for him, it's his.
Right.
If it's a 2 for me and a 3 for him, we're kind of like, eh. But if it's like a 9 for me and a 10 for him, or if it's both. The hardest is when it's both a 10. Like then
Yeah.
somebody's gotta like, you gotta like
Right.
find that compromise. Otherwise, that's the compromise when it's a 10 for both of you. Otherwise, if it's more important to the other person, like you're like, what do I care? Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like why am I gonna fight for something that I barely care about? You know, or it means more to him than it does to me. Or I'm like,
Mm.
it means more to me, man. I need this. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Like,
Right. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just don't know.
well, then, you know, you'll find what works for you when it works for you. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's
Right.
where you're only at where you're at until you decide to like take on the opportunity to push yourself to do more. If you were like, I just want this to be, I'm open to like the challenge, I bet that guy would walk in. But since
Oh,
you're
what
not,
you mean open to the challenge of like what you're talking about?
mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm open to it, but the door is really like not open as much as it's cracked.
The crack.
It's cracked with like the thing, that wedge thing. That's so if that wedge thing kind of wiggle out and the door closed.
Energetically, you gotta just like be like, you know what? This door's wide open. Come on in. You're like, come inside.
The door is
Inside,
wide
come
open.
inside. You're welcome
The
inside.
door is wide open. You
But if you're like,
stupid.
hello,
Yeah,
hi,
like looking through it with that little hook thing on there.
hello,
You know.
maybe. Yeah.
No, just I don't know. I never thought about it that way. I mean, because I feel like I'm not the one that's really in control, of what could, be brought to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel
Yeah.
that that's in my control. I feel like as
Well, you
women,
can't just
we
go
wait
like
for.
that. Yeah, you can't just be like that one, but like it's all actions, right? So it's like, let's go back to Drag Race because it's so apropos. It is really like life lessons playing out in front of you. It's like, it's like energetic. Like every time these girls like push something, keep something away from them because they're afraid of it. They're
Mm-hmm.
afraid like they're not gonna like be able to deliver. They're afraid that they're not going to be able to like, step up to the challenge, or they don't feel like they have it in them. They end up going home, or
Right.
they end up in the bottom. And then if they win the lip sync, they're like, oh, thank God, I'm never going to let this happen again. Because
Right.
they realize like, actually it is in their control. They know what they didn't do that got them there. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like your surgery. You don't want to be at 75 and realize, oh, you mean all I had to do was be open to it and let it come in, and I was just scared the whole time that it wasn't gonna happen. Then
Ah.
you know what I mean? Like, why didn't I just do it sooner?
So
You know?
look, the fear of me not thinking that it's going to happen is what's keeping the door closed.
Yeah.
Oh, Bing! Look, do you see the light go on? Bing! Wow, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, you're literally working against yourself.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you're saying that if I change to say I'm open to thinking that it could happen?
Mm-hmm. It's scary to think that, because what if it doesn't?
Right.
Okay, but
And I'm
what?
always thinking it's not. Well, it's
Okay,
not.
so then if it's not, like, it might not happen tomorrow, might not happen 6 months from now, but like keeping it open energetically, a year from now it might happen. We get
Mm-hmm.
discouraged because we live in a society where it's like instant gratification.
Right, right.
Like, why didn't it happen? I wanted it, I let it, and I was open. It's about the more you stay open, the bigger the more you grow.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the bigger the catch is, the possibility of it coming open, right? The wider the opening is. But if you start off with like, I'm only going to hope for it for this long, then you're still narrow,
Right.
right? Like, but if you're like, I hope it's like, I'm just, I know it will when it's meant to be. It's like all of a sudden it's expansive.
Well, damn, then I just feel like, okay, then what about the age thing? Because that's what I feel like too. I feel like that's part of it also.
I met Benj when I was 41, you know, and I thought like, I was actually felt like, you know, I was just going to go ahead and live my life forever. I didn't need a relationship, you know? And then I looked at it, I was like, wow, that's actually right here. And it's scary, but I'm just going to go in. You know, it was terrifying. And, you know, it doesn't, like, we all have this idea that we're, you know, there's a timeline for love and companionship and partnership. There's not. It can happen at any point in your life. Any point in your life. My grandfather got remarried after my grandmother, you know, passed away in his 70s. Like,
Right. But it's like, is it the same hotness? Is it the same? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I feel like I was so much hotter 20 years ago, or so much more sultry 10 years ago. Or do you get what I mean?
yeah, but you know what? You're only going to be this young right now, ever again. You're the youngest you're ever going to be from here on out. Tomorrow, you're only going to be as young as you are at that moment. Like, you got to just forget about the past. It doesn't matter. Like, live in your truest self and your deepest self right now. Take all of the things you know from all the shit you knew from the past. Don't try to live in the past. Don't try to be the person that you used to be. You need to like step up and like be where you're at right now.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Whatever you just let go of by having this surgery, like let go of the rest of the shit.
Man, that's deep.
You know, you just gotta
I
like
don't think I thought about it.
let go, girl. We hold on to so much shit. Just let go.
But what does let go look like?
I don't know what did it look like for you in this like moment in your life where you decided what did it feel like for you inside when you were like made the decision to do something that you know was going to alter, like create a different experience in life for you, and how scary it was.
It wasn't really a choice. It was just more. It wasn't a choice. It was like, yo, this is going to improve your life. Why would you not take care of yourself? It was,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why it was even a hard decision, because it should have been an easy decision, because it was for me and for my health. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if I was making that decision for anyone else, like if someone else talked, I'd have been like, girl, you better take that, you better do that surgery and get it done and feel better. You
Yeah.
know, so it took me, it just really wasn't a decision at some point. Like, oh, I gotta do something.
Mm-hmm. I think that there's that's kind of like, it's at some point you're going to have to make the decision not to hold yourself back from what you really want.
Hmm.
Like the fear of why you didn't get that surgery, and the fear of why you are afraid of opening yourself up to the possibility of a partnership has probably a lot. They're probably that come from the same injury. You know what I mean?
Right.
That you suffered. Like the fear, whatever that fear is. I can't speak to it. I
Just
don't know.
not having no control.
Who has control?
You know, just it's no control. It's no certain. It's uncertainty
That's
is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
it's
So
that's
I mean,
such
because
a
it's like,
life.
it's not like I don't want a boyfriend. Because I want a boyfriend. I say it all the time. But I
Mm-hmm.
think when I say it, I always go, "Oh, I want a boyfriend," but that's not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like that's the sentence after is you holding your foot against the door closed.
Right.
You know, what do you got to lose right now? You ain't got one. So what do you got to lose by like opening up the door? Like if it doesn't happen, you're in the same scenario. the vulnerability of hoping and wishing and wanting and then it not happening, explore that injury.
Right. You
Do you have a good
pixelate again.
therapist? Do you have a good therapist?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
very good.
Work
You
that one.
pixelate again. See, so I don't know. It goes in and out. When you come close to the camera, it goes in and out. No, when you come close. No,
That far.
come close. Yeah, when you come close, it doesn't do it. Well, okay. Oh
Is
my
that
God.
better?
Yes. Oh my God. So much better. So are you gonna go back to work or are you gonna really? So
No.
we're not gonna ever get to work together?
I mean, who knows? I'm never going to say never. I never say never.
Right.
Whoever says, I mean, I don't, that's not really, I've never said never. Who knows when, how, what, I don't know. I'm not planning on it.
Right.
Not planning on it.
And that's a good feeling right there. Oh, I like that feeling.
It's such a privilege. I feel like I worked my whole life to have the privilege to take this moment in my life to like take myself out of all of that, to just live my life. Because you know how it is, like you and so it takes so much energy that like I didn't have a home life, I didn't have a home, I didn't have, all my relationships were like, you know, bits and pieces. Now I have like spent all the energy that I put into my work life, I put into my personal life, and it's really paid off so much. Like I'm so happy. It's really hard tonight, you know, it's really hard not to think about giving that up and splitting my energy. You know what I mean? It's really, because you know, if I go make a movie, I have to go someplace for like 3 months and be away from my home and be away from the people I love and spend 12 hours a day on a set. Like, like I can't justify that right now. Like I've worked too hard, you know, for what I have here now to like, you know, separate myself from it, you know. I got dogs, I need to get fed. I have
that's good, man. No, that's really, really good to come to that decision. And you deserve it. You've, like you said, you've worked your ass off. You've proven who you are. It's you know what I'm saying? Now
I'm not in
what's the next level?
Like I'm not in competition. I'm not trying to like
and people
relevant.
don't realize that life, okay, I know people say life is short, but it actually isn't. You know what I'm saying? You live a long fucking time, man. And you know, you got to be happy.
When it's long.
Yeah.
I always say life is short even when it's long, because it goes by so fast. And, you know, you always wish that if you're always like, like you didn't do that thing, like just do it. I didn't want to get to this place of life and not have experienced love and connection and vulnerability and home and all these things, like real interpersonal relationships. And, you know, like having that, like feeling that, you know, I don't know. I gave so much of myself to the world for so long. I just felt like it was time for me to keep as much as I could for myself.
Yeah. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, lovely.
Well, I'm so happy to see you.
I know, you too.
I'm glad that you're healthy. I'm glad that you're happy. And
I'm glad that you're happy and healthy too.
Thank you.
With baby, because I know that's what you always wanted.
I guess so. I wanted it with when I met Benj, like we just knew we wanted a family. But you know, we're so blessed. We're so blessed, you know, to have this little one. We're so excited. She's the cutest. Yeah.
Well, keep up the good work, baby love.
Thank you, my dear. You too. Check out. I'm gonna text you a couple of things, and
yes, I can put them up.
Yeah, sure.
The Veeps.
Veeps, yes. I just think that'd be really great for like your community too, like all the comedians and like, you know, like performers who are used to like, who had to like shut down their shows and stuff if they want to like,
Right.
you know, or anybody in watching can, you know, you just go to the Veeps.
That sounds like a good idea. That
Yeah.
sounds like a really good idea.
Yeah. Well, I love all of your, I caught a few of the comments on here, and your viewers are so lovely.
Yes.
Thank you
They're,
for sharing them with me.
they're sweetie pies. They're real
Yeah,
fans. They hang in there.
I love it. They're great. I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Oh,
And thank you to you. And I'm sending you lots of love.
I'm sending you the same amount, but like times 10.
Okay, I'll take it.
I miss you.
I miss you
Yeah.
too. I can't
I'm
wait
so
to. I
glad
can't
you
wait
ain't
till we can all
changed a
hang
bit.
again.
Yes,
You
we are. When I get to LA, I'm gonna hit you up.
perfect. Let me know, girl. I
Stay
need some
beautiful.
moisture on my lips.
I know, me too. Stay beautiful.
You too, my love.
Love you.
Love ya.
Bye. How cool was that, man? How cool was that? Just chatting with friends. Who's gonna be next, man? Who am I gonna chat up next? This is fun. Hope y'all have fun. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go eat a sandwich. Okay, let's hope I saved this right.